Hello and welcome to Mental Health Awareness Week 2019, woo! In the UK that is. It is currently the middle of the week. I did not realise it was Mental Health Awareness Week until yesterday. I'm sort of out of the loop because I'm at university. I don't really listen to the radio or watch the news or read a newspaper. And the only social media that I do is Instagram, and I have a lot of American friends, so I did not know. But here we are. Thought I'd make some videos. I'm making a series of videos, one of which is currently uploading. It is 40 minutes long and it is all about psychosis. If you're new to my channel and this is the first video that you're watching, my name is Frankie. I have bipolar and psychosis. I am currently stable. I think I'm stable. Bloody well, I hope I'm stable. Stable with medication. And yeah, here we are. So there is a theme for this week. I'm just going to grab my cup of tea, hang on. There is a theme for this week, this year. The theme is body image. And I don't think I'm actually going to make a video about body image. I'm not really in the best position to talk about it. I might, I don't know. But I thought I would make this first video to introduce like the kick-off of these videos that I'm making and talk about mental health. I want to make a big distinction right off the bat. Mental health is different to mental illness, right? Mental health, everybody has mental health. Everybody. Mental health is like your emotional well-being. Your how sound of mind you are, what's going on up here. In the same way that, some people think, they hear the word diet and they think a salad and hating yourself. But in actual fact, a diet is just what you eat. And people hear the term mental health and sometimes use it synonymously with mental illness. But in actual fact, mental health is just a term to describe the well-being of your brain. So I thought I would... I've got really scrappy little notes here. Talk about what it is. Yeah, like I say, it's your emotional health and well-being. We all have it, and there are things that we need to do to look after it, like any part of our health, any part of our body. I want to reclaim the expression, it's all in your head. Yes, it is all in your head, because that's where your brain is. The brain is the most complex and responsible part of the human body. It never stops, and it is so complex, and it controls everything else. So when you think about it, the thing that is controlling the most things and is the most complicated and is, the most active, of course it has the most ways to go wrong. Your bones, you can break them, they can get weakened, they can grow tumours. There's not much else they can do, but they provide, your structure, your skeleton. Whereas your brain does everything, so anything can go wrong. There's nothing to be ashamed of talking about if your mental health is not great, and I just want to open up the conversation on mental health and say about how people can have positive mental health, people can have negative mental health, and just because your mental health is in the gutter doesn't necessarily mean you have a mental illness. Mental illness is when you have like a cluster of symptoms that are diagnosable or are on a spectrum. Whereas your mental health can suffer, but you're not necessarily going to get pumped full of pills and forced to go to therapy. So this is such a scatty video, I do apologise. Yeah, it's all about advocacy, and talking about mental health is all about like creating an open dialogue for people to be able to, say my mental health isn't doing so great before it gets to the point of them developing a condition, a mental illness. And there are a lot of things that people sort of take for granted day to day that we really need to do to maintain our mental health. So I thought I'd talk about that. I feel like I've said I thought I'd talk about that like 20 times already. But yeah, promoting positive mental health and looking after your emotional well-being. There's the basics. Taking care of the basics is called, which is making sure you've drunk water today, making sure you've had something to eat or got some sort of nutrition, making sure you've spoken to someone face to face, making sure you've left your house, or if you're bedbound, you know, have a change of environment. You need it for your mental health. What's the other one? Actively doing something that you enjoy. And this is a really good list. And washing your face and brushing your hair. And this is a really good list for people who are really depressed, low functioning, in hospital, really sick people. However, it's also a really good list for people who live very busy lives. Because, you know, people who live very busy, stressful lives, maybe they've got kids, they've got a job, or they're at uni and they're working very hard. Things like making sure you drink water as opposed to coffee is really important for your body's functioning, for your brain's hydration, for everything to be going okay, like things like that. You know, you need the proper nutrition in order for your brain to function and think properly. Fun fact, in terms of treatment of eating disorders, trigger warning, there's no longer a BMI for diagnosis of anorexia. However, if there is someone in hospital being treated for an eating disorder and their BMI is below 14, they will not commence therapy, because below a BMI of 14, your body starts eating away your brain. And you, well, not necessarily eating your brain, it's like a zombie, but you don't have the capacity to take on new information. So correct nutrition is really important. So if you're like one of those high class business women who, you know, just grabs a yogurt on their way out and then like has, I don't know, like a little sushi roll for lunch, like you need more than that, and you need proper nutrition. Get your 5 a day, drink more water. What were the other ones? Making sure that you speak to someone face to face. If you are someone who spends all day taking phone calls, making phone calls, shouting at people, and you get home to an empty flat, you've never actually spoken to someone in the day. Even if it is speaking to the bus driver when you get on, or, you know, stopping and saying hello to someone in the car park, you need to speak to someone. Speak to someone face to face, please, for the love of God. Yeah, doing something you enjoy, again. People who are depressed or bedridden and sick maybe don't really want to do anything they enjoy, but you need to do something. You know, do a crossword puzzle, go on Instagram, watch a YouTube video of like kittens and puppies playing, something that you enjoy, anything you enjoy. Do a puzzle with your kids. You think you've not got time for that? You've definitely got time for that. Read a book, go for a walk, anything. These things are really important for good mental health, not just for people with mental illnesses, but for everybody, for kids, adults, students, pregnant people, babies. Babies need these things. You know, we all have these basic needs for life, so they are like your staples for promoting good mental health. But other things like mindfulness, making sure that your house is tidy and clean, making sure that you are having regular showers and baths, brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, hygiene, making sure you have time to unwind and relax, good sleep. If you're having trouble with sleep, there are several really great websites out there. There's Sleep Better UK, which I found really helpful. There's Sleepio, which is a research group, and they have this Sleepio sleep system helpline thing online, so you sign up and you can do research with them and use their sleep app for free. Yeah, I think that's basically it for this video. I was going to talk about like mental illness a little bit. Maybe I'll talk about that. Okay, 1 in 4 people at some point will experience mental health problems. So they will become mentally ill at some point in their lives, 1 in 4 of us. So if there's 4 of you in a family, one of you's going down. No, I'm kidding. But it's really common, so we shouldn't be scared to talk about mental health, mental illness, because it is so common. The most common of which being depression and anxiety. In the developed world where I live, usually brought on by a very stressful life. Yeah, that's that. But everyone is susceptible to mental illness, everybody. Everyone has mental health, ergo everyone can have mental unhealth. If you have something working for you, it can always break. That sounds really pessimistic, but what I mean is, you know, don't judge the people who you think act crazy. Don't judge the kids with ADHD. Don't judge the people who roll their sleeves down when you see their scars. Don't judge them, because you could end up with a mental illness at some point, any time in your life, because we all have mental health, so it can go wrong. Things to look out for other people changing mental health is a change in socialising. You know, if people are stopping coming out, or if they seem to be doing a bit too much, going out and going out and going out and going out and never resting. People not eating properly, people seeming very tired. In terms of depression, things like talking about feeling very low, people crying very easily. Just ask people how they are, because if you just clock them, early intervention is absolutely key. You clock them and you say, hey, how are you? And have a chat. You could, you know, if things seem not brilliant, you can encourage them to go to the GP. You don't need to wait until they are, you know, off work with whatever for weeks on end. You don't need to wait until then. You can talk to them, and they might have something going on, you know, things that can affect our mental health, family stress, work stress, you know, bereavement, sickness in yourself, in the loved ones, problems at home, problems at school. You know, just talk. And I feel like this video has been very slapdash, but yeah, my message to you is talk to people. Don't judge, be happy. And I personally like to think of 3 things that I'm thankful for every day. That is one of the things that I do for my mental health. So today I'm thankful that I got to spend time with my friend Kobe this morning. I'm thankful for Easter eggs, and I'm thankful that I am in a position where I'm able to make these videos. So yeah, I will see you in the next video if you want to watch it. I've got one on psychosis, which is the one that's uploaded now. Psychosis. I'll be recording one about bipolar, except because the psychosis one was 40 minutes long, I'm breaking the bipolar one up into 5 or 6 smaller videos. I'll be doing one about medication, and I'm going to do one about suicide. So if any of those tickle your pickle, they're coming up, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.